Hey, what's going on? This is Alex, and I'm a seller on eBay. I've been selling now for the last 5, maybe 6 years now, since 2014, 2015, and this is 2021. 2020 is behind us, so let's get it. All right. What I'm going to be talking about today on my experience on selling on eBay is courteous. It's courtesy. That is being courteous to your customers with the old analogy that we learned in the past. I'm an old head, so I was always taught that customers are always right, but only to a certain extent. So that is what my topic is today because I'm going to give you a case that I'm trying to get resolved that recently came up. And this is basically me being courteous with the customer. I'm treating him with respect. I'm giving him benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I'm not going to allow it at the end to work in his favor because I did nothing wrong. All right. So I had placed an item online, and it was a 5 CD changer. The right side door open, but I was not able to hear sound, but I was able to see the red lights moving. So it appeared that the CD was working, right? But I never stated that. I just said it appeared. I never said it worked. And I said it needs to be repaired, the whole machine, because it is a 5 CD changer, and the left side, none of the doors responded. The only thing they did was flash. They didn't respond. This is what I put in my write-up. So I said selling as is for a repair to someone that understands electronics, that understands this type of machine, and maybe they can get it up and running because I was selling it for a low ball price. And the person, once you get it up and running, if you don't have to put a lot of into it, that you got things that maybe it's a simple fix and I just couldn't see it. That's it is what it is. That's not my lane. So the way I looked at it was, if he or she gets it up and running, you got a $300 to $400 product right there because it was a state of the art CD changer. I know that for a fact. I looked it up and I seen what they sold for. To this day, they still worth $300 to $400. So basically, all they had to do was get it up and running. The machine was fixed. And I'm taking this what the buyer was thinking as well. I'm sure he looked it up. He researched it first, and I'm sure that's what he thought he was getting. That's why he paid for it. The only thing was, like I said, I did not put down. This is where I could say I made a mess up, and I could say that it still made sense that once you purchased it, you already know that you wasn't going to return it because I put down it needs to be repaired. So anyway, he got it, and I'm just doing my thing. I'm working on my store. This days, and all of a sudden I get this email from this guy, and he said, "Hey, I can't get the CD to play." And so I'm thinking, first of all, what are you talking about? What do you mean you can't get the CD to play? I'm trying to research in my head what this is even all about. And so I looked at it, I said, "Oh, the CD changer." And so I said, "Yeah," I said, "It's a repair. What's the problem?" He said, "Well, I can't get the right side of the CD changer to play." I said, "Okay, I don't know exactly what you want me to do." I didn't write it like that. Like I said, when I'm writing, I'm totally professional, and I can't repeat everything that I said, but I know I said Kurt. I said, "I'm sorry. I apologize for." I'm trying to think how I wrote it, but I wrote it in the favor where I made him feel easy. I brought him down to earth as far as not going back and forth with this. I wasn't going to go off on him and say, "What do you mean you bought it?" And I didn't go all that route and stuff like that. I just said, "Hey, I apologize. Maybe something in my description you didn't read it correctly, or maybe you misunderstood something." But I clearly stated that what I did when I inspected it, and I wrote the inspection up as the way it was, and I did not mislead you. And I wrote that one side did this, the other side did that, but I said it needs to be repaired. And I said it appears to play. I did not say it played. So I left it at that. So I stayed professional, mind you. So he came back and he was still writing me about it. And I said, I didn't get in an uproar. I didn't go off. I didn't say, "You bought it, you stuck with it." None of that. I just said, "Sir, I don't know what you want me to do. I wrote it up as a repair. I said, I can't explain it any better to you than that. If it's a repair, that means it needs to be fixed. That means something's not right and the components need to be serviced in order to get it up and running. So he came back, and I think on the fourth one, because we went back and forth, and I think cutting it through the chase, I think on the fourth one is when he tried to do a return, which was this past Saturday, which was, I think, the 15th, something like that. And so, no, 16th. And so I get a message that he's returning it. So I said, okay, fine. I'm not going to write him. I said, if he's going to do that, because eBay automatically is going to accept it, because I never put down selling as is, no returns. I just put down selling as is needs repair, because basically I'm figuring if he sees it needs to be repaired, why are you going to return it? It needs to be repaired. Or why are you going to buy it unless you're trying to repair it? Because once you touch it or you try to repair it, eBay not going to let you send it back to me. They will allow you to send it back to me, but if I take my case to them and let them read my description, which I've already done, they've already made me feel that no worries. Once it gets here, all I have to do is call them, and then they're going to read the description again, and then they're going to escalate the case in my favor because I did nothing wrong. Now, I won't sell it again because I don't want to just mess with it. I'll probably just throw it away or whatever after that. But my whole thing is, what I'm getting at is staying courteous with your customers. That's for people that's not getting into this game. I said I could have handled that totally different and said, you stuck with it, you bought it, that's your fault. Don't call me no more, don't text me no more, none of that. I didn't do that. I just stayed professional, and then I just let my mediator, which is eBay, let them into it, let them get involved with it, and let them handle it. I said, I'm 55 years old now. I said, my young days, yeah, I probably would have been thinking of flying off the handle, but as you get older, you learn. So I'm at that age now where I'm at peace, and that's just how I handle business now. At least I try to. I try my best anyway. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm 100% like that all the time. But when I feel I'm right, and I feel that you're not trying to get over on me, that's what I'm thinking. He's not trying to get over on me. He's just misunderstood about what he was buying. I think he thought when he saw the right side, I said appears to play, he took it as it played. And I'll tell you why I think this, and this isn't calling anybody out. When he wrote me his emails, his language was broken. Like he spoke another language, actually. And when he was trying to write to me in English, and it sounded like he was writing to me the way he spoke or the way he speaks. And the way the words were coming that I read, his pronunciation was the way I thought he saw the word, because the way he spelled it, the spellings were way off. And I'm thinking, this guy, I don't think he's, I guess what you consider English culture. I think he speaks another language and he knows how to speak English, but he speaks it to a certain degree, and he writes the way he talks, the way he speaks it. So it wasn't slang or nothing like that. It was just the words were just all over the place. And that's what I said. I think when he wrote or read my description, I think he took it that the right side worked, because I said it appears to work, or appears to play is what I said. But there was no sound. I said the only reason that I said it appears to play because the sound bar moved when I pressed play on the CD player. So that was that. But when I turned over to eBay, I let them get involved with it, let them hash it out. And they said once I receive it, give them a call, because they couldn't do anything about it at the moment. The lady was trying to figure out a way to escalate it right then and there, because she said, yeah, you have it down as a repair, so I don't know what they're trying to do. And I thought they were just going to get a hold of them because it was the weekend and just shoot them an email and then let them know, hey, since it is the weekend, maybe we can stop all this and just get a hold of them. But that wasn't the case. They said it has to take the place, it has to take the course. And so if he wants to return it, I have to wait for it to get here. And then once I get a hold of them, they'll escalate it, and hopefully the judgment will go in my favor. Or they may do what they do. I know when people buy things from overseas and you got an issue, they just kill it and no one loses money. That person overseas and you get to keep whatever it is. It's some kind of way they do it. I've run across that twice with somebody overseas trying to do something, and it turned out one was a hoax. I knew that for a fact. The guy was trying to do this, and eBay just kicked it to the curb and basically just some kind of way they wiped it where I kept what I had and he kept whatever he had, as far as both of us getting money off this. So, and that was in my account. It came back in my account. So the way they explained it to me. So it is what it is. Let's see. But it's all about being courtesy, man. All the courtesy with your customers. You try your best to keep, just maintain, don't waste your time or energy going back and forth with writing. If they're going off on you in their text, you don't have to go off on them. I know you want to, but you don't have to go back off on them. And because, you're a business, you're a seller. And if you run your business professional, you're supposed to run it that way. So that's where I try to keep it. I always try to maintain a balance. And no matter what they write in that text, I try to keep professional. And then I turn that over to eBay and let them know, hey, this is what he's writing. You guys want us to be courteous with our customers. Well, this is what the customer's saying to me. So what do we do? And if that person belongs to eBay and he's got them stars and got points by his name and all that, then yeah, it's going to show and it's going to hit them. So I would just say with that case, the way I'm talking about it, I'm talking about it on a level where I just stayed courteous, and like I said, once it gets here, it'll work in my favor. So that's my whole point of just saying that when someone does something, no matter how they do it, no matter how they say it, the words, yeah, they can be strong. He never was offensive, so that's one thing I will give him. I just don't think he understood exactly what he was getting, and he told me himself. He said he just wanted to use the right side, and I'm thinking, okay, that to me that could sound more fishy than anything, because I'm like, why would you not want the whole thing working? I'm thinking he thought he can get it up and running, but I'm not gonna worry about that. He already shot himself in the foot by telling me what he said, and when he said that, he even asked after I wrote him back and let him know that I was gonna challenge it, and I told him I was gonna challenge this. He came back and I told him I called eBay. I let them know. I let them see the texts and emails between us. I let them read my description, and I told them already that when they read it, they said I didn't do anything wrong. So I think now he understands that if he returns it, he's losing money because he's got to pay for the shipping, because I'm not going to be obligated to give him anything. So he's losing all the way around on this. But he lost from not reading and understanding what he was getting. That's what this main thing boiled down to, And that happens. I'm not going to sit there and act like he's a dummy for doing it, because everybody do things. We're human. And I've done that before. I'm sure a lot of us have done that before. We did something, then you get it, you're like, what the, and you realize you made the mistake, and you just have to own it, which is what I do. I own my mistakes on eBay. If I do something wrong, you best believe I'm going to try to make sure it's right when I send it back, or have to get this right, because everything is good when it comes to the money, but feedbacks are money too. Those are payments. If somebody gives you a good feedback report, other customers want to read feedback before they decide to do business with you, because let's face it, sometimes people buy things without reading feedbacks, and this person can have a lot of feedbacks on them that's bad. I'll tell you what I did a PS5 situation, and the person pulled one on me because I wanted to get the PS5 so bad that I paid a certain amount, but I got my money back. But yeah, this guy, there was nothing for me to read about him. There was no feedback on him at all, because it had nothing to do with eBay when I bought it. It was some other kind of purchase, but it was through PayPal. And PayPal gave me my money back, because once I realized that the jig was up, once I was able to see the app that I was buying it from, I said something wasn't right about it, but I didn't notice it because I was so hyped about getting the PS5, which is how he worked it. He puts it in there in such a way that you automatically, boom, snap right into it, because you think, oh my God, I found one, I'm finna get it. That's what he did to me. So he got me. And I called PayPal, and they had said they had already was aware of him, so they gave me my money back, and everybody else. This guy, I know he made a killing, because once they said we're aware of him, I said, yeah, okay, I'm not the only one then. And the guy said, no, you're not. Trust me, you're not. But we're aware of him. And they gave everybody their money back. They pulled it all back out of his account, and everybody got their money back. But like I said, everybody's human, and when things happen, it happens. You just have to own it, and I own that. So to me, he should own it because I don't understand what he's trying to get out of this, and it's not a big deal. Like I said, I've been selling on eBay since 2014, 2015, and it's not my first rodeo with dealing with a situation like that. So no big deal. Like I just said, I just learned in the game not to get hype. Don't take it over the top. If they write something back in the text, don't waste your energy by going back off on them and calling them out. If they call you a liar or they call you a bad business and all that, don't write yourself back. Don't waste your energy by saying, oh, you're a bad customer and all that, because that gets you nowhere. They probably want you to write something like that because if you're the seller, you're already on, I guess you're already at the mercy of that customer, the same way like it is when we go to a store. If we buy something from a store and once we get home and open up the product isn't what it is, we take it back. Now we can be crazy and then go off on that store and say, what kind of business you running here? But like I said, I'm older now. So I just go back to them and say, hey, open it up, and certain things wasn't there. I don't understand what happened, how I got packaged, and I leave it alone. And 9 times out of 10, that salesman or whoever that is behind the desk, they just want to hurry up and get this over with. But if you're wasting your time saying what kind of business you running, where's the manager and all that, you're just causing the people to be waiting long in line, and you're causing that you acting like that salesman, or you acting like the person behind the desk is at their fault, like they made the product, like they packaged it up or something. Only thing that person doing is taking returns. So why am I going to waste my energy going off on them? Now they can be anal because I have run across that before, where somebody tried to act like I was stuck with something after I bought it. So we did go to war on that. So I know I'm not going to act like common sense on this matter, because I know there are some businesses that will try to act like you keeping it, you bought it, you keep it, no matter if you got the receipt or not. And I've dealt with that before. So that is when it almost comes to a point where you have to show your other side and do what you have to do, if you know what I mean. So that is what it is. But yeah, for the most part, I just try to stay courteous, man. And I try to keep my customers with the kindness that I would want somebody to treat me with. So, and I try to treat everybody as human beings. You're a human being first to me. You can show the other side of yourself if you want, and then it's up to me how I want to handle it. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to take a lot for you to push my main button, because I do have a button that can be pushed as well. But for the most part, I try to be professional, and then we can do business. And by that time, that person calmed down too. So yeah, just that on that note. So yeah, like I say, man, it's 2021. That is, I hope I said something that made sense in this. I told my story, and I hope you was able to get out of it what I was talking about. My main topic and main thing was just use eBay. Let them be your mediator. If you feel a customer is doing something, they may not understand it, but if you don't understand it as a salesman, call eBay, just explain it to them, and they know they've been through all this before, and they will work with you as salesmen. I know a lot of us always think, oh man, we're getting the bad end of this, but trust me, I've dealt with eBay for a while, and I'm here to say I win more battles than I lose. Some of them I have lost, but I win a lot of them, and it's not because I lost because I did something bad or I did something wrong. It's just something that went some kind of way where there's nothing I can do about it. And we just have to, somebody gets something. When I say I did something wrong, not I did something wrong per se. Let's just say somebody ordered something from me. And when they get it, right, it's the wrong item on their part. They ordered the wrong model number, and they trying to make it work, and it don't work. So now they want to send it back. So you have to accept their return, and that is what it is. So you lose your shipping, and I know somebody out there probably saying, "Oh, they return something to me and they make it like that. I take the shipping out of there," and that's true. You can do that. I mean, I've dealt with customers like that before, where I sit there and let them know, okay, you're returning this, but I have to deduct what I use for my packaging and my gas, so I'm deducting that out of that refund. If they're telling you that they tried and it don't fit, that means they ordered the wrong model number. That's all it was. And that's what it boiled down to. Because a lot of them will be honest with you and say, "Oh, I thought it would work, but it's not working." So that's when you have to either decide to give them a refund and let it go, because they may come back as a customer later on, but you still can tell them, hey, if you be courteous enough and write it and say, hey, I'm gonna have to take this out of shipping or whatever, they'll write you an email back and say, that's fine, I understand, and then they'll do it, no big deal. So like I said, courtesy goes a long way, and as long as we do what we're supposed to do as salesmen, the customers will do what they're supposed to do as customers. And I'm not saying it's always going to be smooth, because it's not. But when it does hit the fan, you know what I mean? When it hits the fan, then we just have to handle our business and do it right. And, bite it, swallow it, hold your tongue, hold your keypad, don't go all crazy on it and everything else. I know 2020, everybody goes crazy with the keypad, and they be just blasting one another back. This ain't, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? This isn't not Instagram, but Twitter and all that kind of stuff. This is a business. So when you're doing that, eBay will let you know. If you're going to be a salesman, and on that, you better protect their brand. And all that going off, that's not how they handle business. I've never ran across an eBay customer service rep yet that goes off. They always, no matter what, they just talk with a smile on the phone, and they're handling their business, whether they're American, Filipino, India, whatever. They all handle their business the same way, which is the same way they want us to handle ours. So, like I said, if you take anything from this, I just say stay courteous. Try to make sure that you handle your customers with respect, and if they're going off, calm down before you write them back or whatever. Suck it up, and then just handle your business like that. And if it still keeps going, save the emails, and then just send them over to eBay. Let eBay see them, and they will read them, and they'll let you know what's going on. So on that note, I'm just going to say 2021 is here. 2020 is in the rear view. Make God first. Take care of your family. Be safe during this pandemic. See you again. Alex out. Peace.